What's up, everybody? This is Aaron from the Heroic Reality, and we are coming at you today with a review of a movie that is going to stray from our normal topic of genre of movies, but it's one that I feel is just so amazing on its own that needs to be reviewed, and that I need to come out and give you guys a review on. And that movie is Coraline. It's an animated movie for children, but it's an amazing animated movie for children. And oh, do I have a lot to say about this film. Let's get into this, okay? So for starters, this is going to be a lot of pros for this video. Very few negatives, because this is just a truly well done movie. And to give you a little, when I first initially saw this movie, I was a lot younger, like most people who saw it, unless you're a lot older than me, then you're probably my age. But it was very creepy as a child. And the whole button eyes thing just didn't sit well with me. It always creeped me out. I never wanted to see it again. But I took the time to go ahead and watch it again. And I started to notice everything that is truly beautiful about it and truly amazing. And I gotta tell you guys, if you're gonna plan on rewatching it, you have to do it with either tremendous surround sound or you need to get headphones in there. Because I watched it with headphones on. Ooh, the score for this film is bone chilling. Like just sitting there listening to it, everything just so deeply, because I got my headphones on, it's all pumped up loud and I can hear every little thing, and just sitting there listening to it, I got chills for the entirety of the second half of the movie. And while that's a little uncomfortable to sit there just like, oh god, it just really showed you how powerful and well done the score was done, and how it perfectly fit with the film, because it was used in such a way that you could tell when she's feeling wonder or fear, or when something insane is about to happen, or just you could feel all the emotions and you could hear it all at the same time. Like the score just pushed across each emotion, and there's no English words in any of the score, any of the lyrics too, which I thought was pretty interesting too. Makes it even more of a creepy vibe to it, which is the whole vibe of Coraline, is this whole creepy yet colorful thing, which is sort of how Tim Burton does his films. I don't remember who the director of this movie is. I should probably remember that. Oh god. Alright, but so, we have the score as an amazing positive thing, and now let's get into the visuals, which is the claymation, I believe it's claymation. It is stop motion. I don't remember if it's clay or not. I don't think a lot of it is now, but it is stop motion, and it is masterfully well done. There's points where it goes from stop motion and then it integrates actual like computer graphics into it, which is done amazingly well, and truly surprising that they would just be able to integrate it that well. It is what I'm trying to say. But it's just a truly well done and amazing movie, just stop motion wise, claymation wise, just visually and auditorily. And you watch it and it's just amazing and beautiful to see the way they made this film come to life and made the story come to life with how they did it and the certain animation style that they did it. And that's a huge plus right there for this film. And another huge plus would have to be the voice acting, which is really, really great, and it fits well. Each character is perfectly voiced. There isn't a single bad voice actor for this film. Everyone is done perfectly well, and they're able to capture each moment extremely well too. Like, spoilers here, we'll do the whole hand thing again. Spoilers here, as the other dad is very happy at first, and as time goes by, he gets more and more screwed up in the head, and his voice gets more and more droll and droll and droll. And then the same thing happens with just all the characters in there. Everybody just gets more and more crazy and crazy and crazy. Spoilers done. Yeah. Puts on sunglasses. And just overall, these voice acting is amazing. And back to, as I just remembered something, back to, this is going to be a spoiler, so I'll wave my hands again, but back to the visuals. And one of the most powerful visuals I saw was the leading up to, so initially it was Mr. B, when when she goes back to get the eyes of the one kid, to get his soul essentially, or her soul. I don't know if it was a dude or boy, they never say, but to get their soul. And he's just the rats, and how they just demonstrated that so perfectly with the formation of the body and then the movement in his back and everything. It was just so beautiful, and so just, ooh, that gave me chills watching that. It was great. And then, so that spoiler is done. But what's great is they give you so many, this is not going back to voice acting, but they give you so many like cues as to who these people really are. Well, they're not people, but as to who each character really is, or like there's sort of like little references to like, hey, this is about to happen. Like, spoiler here, if you look at the other mom, the dresses she wears tends to have like little thingies down the butt area that make it look like the butt of a spider, and specifically Black Widow. And as it goes on and on and on, she gets more and more she gets characteristics that more and more resemble a spider, specifically Black Widow. And then we find out at the end of the thing that she's essentially a spider and Black Widow. Alright, spoilers. We're done with the spoiler there. Alright, so just those little Easter eggs put in there, very well. They're not really Easter eggs, but little foreshadowing put in there is just, it's just awesome. It really makes the movie more enjoyable, especially in your second viewing, because you see each little bit of these foreshadowing. You're like, oh, there's that, oh my god! And you're just like, this is pretty friggin' awesome. Now, this is a kids movie, so there tends to always be huge morals you want to take out of kids movies, especially, well, this isn't a Disney film, but especially animated kids movies, and there isn't really one true moral that I was able to see, other than maybe like realizing what you have, like don't take what you have for granted, because it might come back to bite you in the butt, something like that. Which isn't really a bad thing. I mean, this movie stands still pretty strong. Like, after seeing it, I would never want to run away from my parents, but then again, I never want to run away from them anyways, because I love my parents and they're awesome, they're dope. Love you, Mom and Dad. Woo! They're not dead, they're upstairs over there. That's why I did this. Because I'm a sick guy. But now back to the movie. There's just amazing plot development throughout this entire film. It's just set up perfectly as it goes on and goes on and goes on. It's just the plot development is just laid out for you extremely well as character development extremely well laid out for you. And there isn't really much so there's a lot of like you can watch movies and there'll be just scenes where you're like, you don't need that, you don't need that, you don't need that, perfect movie. With this, there isn't really any scenes that you're watching and you're just like, I don't need that, I don't need that, I don't need that, because essentially everything is so integral to the story, and it always comes back later on in the film, or it's just a moment in the time that you really need to happen. But everything is just so like perfect, and it just set on beat and on beat and on beat. And thinking back now, I can't really think of anything that really didn't need to be there, other than the fact when she's sitting there messing with the carpet at the beginning of the movie. I guess that could show how imperfect her life is, that she can't put the excuse me, I burped. That she can't put the little rise in the carpet down, it always comes back up. Maybe that's, see? Now I'm figuring it out. It's to show how imperfect her life is. Now she can't get what she wants because she just wants the carpet to be flat, but she steps on it, flies back up another way. Something always comes up. The moment she tries to push it back down, she's got to address it. Oh God, revelations. Oh Lord. This movie's so much more deep than I thought it was. Actually, I already thought it was pretty deep. It's a really deep movie. It's a really great movie. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Let's go ahead and get into negatives though. Is there any real negatives? There are some negatives. Like, for instance, this is not really a spoiler. It doesn't ruin anything for the movie. But the cat can travel between worlds just like that. That doesn't make any sense. Like, of all the things in the world, that one cat can just travel between worlds and do whatever he wants. And that just seemed a little forced watching it. And I'm like, that doesn't really... I don't understand that. Like, he's just like, oh, I can travel between worlds. And then he says that the lady hates cats. And then it's just like, what the... And then apparently, cats can also talk to humans when humans can't talk. I don't know. It's just some things that just seem very convenient and that don't really ever get explained. And they don't really need to be explained because it's a kid's movie and I'm sort of just overanalyzing this right now. But it just seems a little too convenient that he would be able to travel and just talk to whoever and stuff. And then the same fact that Mr. B can talk to the mice. But that doesn't really matter. That's just something weird. Okay, I'm trailing off now. Ooh, God. Super trail off. Alright, but overall, I don't really have many complaints. Just sort of things that seemed forced is about it. And like, one thing that was a little weird was the song that the other dad sings to Coraline. I mean, I understand it's supposed to make her be like, oh, my dad, he's not on a computer, he's not a piano. Doesn't know how to play piano, but he's not a piano singing to me. But it just seemed a little just like a random song. Like, he could have done a number of things. But other than those few things, there's really nothing negative about this that I can say other than the forced options. I mean, the score, absolutely amazing. The visuals, absolutely amazing. The voice work, absolutely amazing. So I said score, visuals, voice work, story, the pacing of the story, absolutely amazing. And how everything comes back to fruition too. The well in the very beginning of the movie actually matters, guys. It's not just her walking for a well and hey, there's a character in this movie that I have to go meet now because luckily I walked over this well. It's like, no, this well actually matters. So remember it. Alright! But overall, this was a tremendous film. Probably one of my single most favorite animated movies of all time, excluding the most recent Netflix exclusive, The Little Prince, which was absolutely wonderful. It's beautiful. I love it. Go check it out. I might do a review if you guys want me to, but I probably won't. But I just really want to get this Coraline one because it's not necessarily, it's a dark children's film, but it's great. It's got a lot in there for adults, and I mean, I'm 18, I'm not really that much of an adult. I'm legally an adult. I'm gonna call myself an adult. I act like I'm 12. But there's a lot of stuff in there that's pretty great, and you watch it, it doesn't really seem like it's directed to kids. I mean, obviously there's a lot of kids in the film. 5 kids in the film. Well, okay, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's 5 kids in the film. And then it just seems like it caters to both. Like, there's a lot of stuff in there kids are going to love, and it's going to be a great story of like, hey, I should respect my parents and not take them for granted and realize that they're doing their best to take care of me, because they are, generally speaking. Hopefully yours are. I'm sorry if I struck a chord with you and your parents aren't. I love you. Forgive me. But that's just the thing that you be, is just respect your parents, blah, blah, blah. So like that. But so overall, this is just a tremendous film. I love it. It's great. Everyone should watch it. And if you're going to watch it, it's not in theaters anymore. If you're gonna watch it, what we do is we got these Rokus. There's a thing to plug in headphones, and I just plugged in my Beats, popped those bad boys on, and the entire second half of the film, the score is so amazing. I was just like, because chills, and it just makes it, it's great. It's truly awesome. It's wonderful. I love it. 9 out of 10, lowest 9 out of 10 film. That's the lowest grade I could possibly give it. I don't want to straight up give it a 10 out of 10 because I don't think it is a 10 out of 10. But I also don't want to give anything lower than a 9. So we're going to go ahead and give it a 9. Stranger Things is still the only thing we're giving a 10 out of 10 because Stranger Things is the greatest TV show I've ever seen. That's an exaggeration. There's a lot of TV shows that are pretty amazing. Breaking Bad, The Office. See, now I'm just saying shows that are in the same thing. I'm just talking about Supernatural, but that's not a 10 out of 10 show. It's just a personal show that I think is absolutely amazing. House, that's a really good show. Scrubs. See, these are just great shows. Psych's another really good one. Parks and Rec, not as good as The Office, but Parks and Rec is pretty amazing. What am I talking about right now? TV shows, and this is about an animated movie. I'm sorry, 9 out of 10. Please forgive me. Oh God, what am I doing? But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, I was gonna say film, this isn't a film. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and share it with your family and friends, and maybe the homeless dude on the street who happens to have a computer, and then tell him to. This joke went off the rails fast and I forgot what I was gonna say. But anyways, go ahead and share it with your family and your friends, and if you have them, and whoever you know, I don't know, just give it to random people and be like, hey, look at this dude Aaron, he's doing a lot of stuff with heroic reality, and he likes money. YouTube revenue. That's not why I'm doing it. I love doing this. I'm trailing off a lot. Thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you so much. If you want to see more videos, go ahead and subscribe and give it a like, thumbs up, everybody. Share with their friends. I love you!